Subway, grab and go. That's a good idea.
That is right, Ken. It is a good idea. Because before grab and go, if you wanted to buy some food from a store, you had to make an appointment. And then you had to have an interview. And then if you made the decision that you were going to buy the food product, then you had to fill out forms. 4 of them. And they had to be signed in triplicate because, you get a copy and the staff get a copy. And then the other copy gets mailed to the Federal Bureau of Food Procurement. And then you gotta wait for it to be approved, and so it takes about 2 to 4 weeks. And then, after you get authorization, you can come back to the store, and then you can buy it.
Sure. Is that orange or a tangerine? That's so small. Clementine. Yeah.
Drink, 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 donate.
E-beggar.
Drink,
Booze hound.
drink, 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 donate.
E-beggar.
Drink,
Booze hound.
drink, 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 donate.
E-beggar.
Drink.
Happy birthday, Booze hound. Hack. E-beggar.
I'm going to ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
Donate.
E-beggar.
Donate.
E-beggar.
Donate.
E-beggar.
Gravy train.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a
food channel that's running out of ideas.
In the meantime, let's watch some TikTok. On my TikTok.
white Canadian.
On my TikTok. I'm white. On my TikTok.
White Canadian.
On my TikTok. I'm white.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian.
White guy.
Hitler flap.
Thank you very much. White guy. Because I'm white.
So the Japanese are horrible people. If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face.
I'm going to ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
I think I've stalled.
If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face.
Bitch. I did the uncut raw videos.
Whether we win or lose, we drink booze. A British peanut.
I have zero knowledge. I'm very uneducated.
Is this your full-time job? Yes.
This is a business.
Topper's Pizza.
This is a business.
Topper's Pizza. That sucked like shit. That sucked huge fucking shit.
Do you enjoy doing food reviews as much, or are you bored? I'm bored.
I only promote things that I like. The Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, Jackery, my Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery's working its butt off. Blue Eddie, this thing is absolutely amazing. Call me a sellout. Screw off. Tangy. Tangy. Tangy.
Tangy, 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 tangy.
Tangy.
I'm insane. Double. Hi, can I get a medium Pepsi, please?
Sorry?
Medium Pepsi.
There's a sign here saying turtles.
Oh,
Yep, yeah.
oh, this is my car.
We're gonna do it. Here we go. Ready?
Oh no. It's totally messy, but
Yeah.
the idea is you keep it in the wrapper.
I know. I want people to see it.
Well, he wanted to eat this in the car. So I think we could have, no? It would have rocked my car.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian Hitler flap.
See what I mean?
Hitler flap.
Thank you very much. Because I'm white.
The Chinese are horrible, so the Japanese are horrible people.
Fuck. Shit. Beautiful looking lunch.
You are good at describing food.
You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that. How else to fix this?
You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that. This is the dumpster that your mom and I found you in. Your real name was going to be called Waste Management.
Yeah, I made more fucking money than you ever did.
Ken, everything is grab and go, okay? Unless you want to stand there and bother them for half an hour to build a sandwich, everything is grab and go. A pack of gum? Grab and go! A bag of potato chips? Grab and go. Number one, you don't make dick jokes in the presence of a lady. Especially not your wife and the mother of your 2 adult children. Number two, a lady doesn't tolerate you making a stupid dick joke in her presence, especially when it's your wife. And she's especially not going to allow you to make footage of that and then publish it. Here's where, this long talk is about over. The reason why Carol lets it go is because she's no lady. And she just doesn't give a shit about it.
Wrapped sausage. Hey, look at the sausage sticking out.
Ooh la la.
Now, if you're a child, don't fucking watch this.
There is Moose, buried in snow, along with all those Ken promises from so long ago. What has it been, about a year? He said he was going to do all that van life stuff with him and Carol, and it was a failure, and he had to go back to eating hordes of junk food as much as before, and probably even a little bit more to try to reclaim his audience of losers. And this was after he said that he didn't want to do it anymore.
I just don't want to do them anymore.
And that's how it's been. And so now he's gonna drag Moose out for a bit. And it's just, well, yeah, you've got this stupid sprinter, so it's all pathetic that he's gonna do this. It's like the changing the channel to the Ken and Carol show was a flop. And if he does any of it now, it's just hilarious, because anything that involves Carol eating is at least halfway entertaining. Okay, I'm talking too much. This is episode 1 of Road Trip to Pittsburgh, and it just falls off a cliff at the end of it. So that's not me forgetting to run some footage. It just falls off of a cliff. That's Ken. So, let's do it. I can't remember exactly when this Ken and Carol van life sort of thing started. It was early in 2022. I don't know if it was this early, because I am starting work on this on February 22, 2023. And Ken published the thing that I'm reacting to on February 14th, 2023. And it's still technically winter, and I think that when they were starting this stuff last year, it was like very early in the spring. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it's been about a year, and after all that time, this is all that Carol has to bring. The same thing she had to bring at the very start, which is waving at the camera like an idiot. Ken's idea of cinema, or just simple video production, is to just shoot garbage footage. just keep the camera running, because you just gotta shovel it in there. And then you run canned music from Epidemic Sound, also known as the Ken Domik Music Service, and then you just edit on the beat. And Ken thinks to himself when he's there in the shack in the Elf Village producing this garbage that he is so slick editing on the beat for all this stuff. Like, notice it. And you guys warned me in advance this was super boring, and it's just gonna roll into another graphic that we use here. Grandpa getting gas. He's gonna do it again, so we'll just run it as it is with the graphics.
Carol and I are.
This one is so lazy, so boring, that I think we're going to use all the graphics in one episode. That's never happened before. And I think that we can use a senior living channel on this one because, Ken is there 3/4 asleep. He's getting gas. Everything's super boring. And his conversation is, we're here with Carol. We're getting some gas. I tell you, the price of gas is something here. Hey, it keeps fluctuating. Oh yeah, I guess when it's a senior living channel, you expect the price of gas to just stay. And they change it all over the place. So like, it's good to remember that our buddy Larry is actually older than Ken. It's just that he's a whole lot more fun. He's in better shape. So like Ken is like, I think he's really asking for a senior living moment. So let's get a bit of his conversation, and we'll use the graphic, and then we'll put the gassing thing back up, and
Carol and I are in Pennsylvania, and we're heading down to Pittsburgh for a couple days, just to have some good food and show Carol around Pittsburgh because she's never been. And so I gassed up yesterday after cleaning up moose with all the snow on them because we haven't used them in a few months, basically, or a couple months. And so we're on our way down to Pittsburgh, and I'm not sure what town we are at. I think we're at like exit 105 or something. Gas here's 5.43. It keeps fluctuating this from 5.43 to
5:38.
it somewhere.
Before we go any further, Ken, just let me say thank you for taking us along on the documentation of your many mundane little tasks, especially opening and closing the doors and putting the keys in and out. It's so satisfying when you share those things. Could you just do a chunk? Did you do that with the keys again? We really love it.
Let's go see what Loves has to offer.
Our Ken shares his internal dialogue with us. Let's go see what Loves has to offer today, shall we? Oh, it's gonna be a bunch of crap. Yeah, I know. Let's go get some. So, even if this silly talk is bitter, this isn't something that you publish. You just got gas, and you happen to be by a convenience store. Well, you might as well get some shit here instead of lining up at some fast food place. You might as well see what they have here. And like, you're letting us know that even you are not excited by this garbage.
For today, it's 13 degrees. Nice.
Like how he has to show you his expensive watch that he doesn't even need because everything is already on his phone, and probably the other 3/4 of the stuff he can get off of his dashboard. Like, as if he's on some sort of a reconnaissance mission. 13 degrees. Nice. That's gonna be good when I get in here and I have to deploy the forces to take these hot dogs.
Lots of food.
Lots of food, people. Lots of food. That is something you say, like, you know, you've been driving for 500 miles and there's been, like, I don't know, a pandemic or something, and the gas stations have been closed, and you've been running on the stored fuel, and the grocery stores are closed, and you don't know if you're going to have to use your phone and call in for the army to drop you a care package, and then you finally find some place and it's like, there's lots of food here, people. There's lots of food. Yeah, you got one of these stores like every 20 miles. Lots of food. Yeah, well, like what? Burgers. Hot dogs.
Burgers, hot dogs. It's kind of like Buc-ee's, isn't it?
Yeah, just like how you said Farm Boy in Ontario, Canada is like Buc-ee's, and it isn't. And now you're saying this convenience store is like Buc-ee's, and it's not. Please, continue, Ken.
Name tags. Lots of,
You are priceless, Ken. That was your cut, not mine. And I'm going to show it like a bunch of times to show. Name tags. And that was less than a second. And what do you expect anybody to get out of that? And then it's like, they got a lot of... Yeah, you don't even know what it is, right? They got a lot of stuff for your car. Let's do that a whole bunch of times, just to show that this is Ken's idea of content for his audience, that he asks them to pay him extra for when he's lying to him and saying that he barely gets by. Here, let's check some Ken Domik professional content.
name.
Do you want to know why I cut it? When he's just saying name? Because he says name tags. And by the time he's done saying name, he's already taken the camera off it. So he's giving you less than a second to try to figure out what it is that he's shooting footage of, that he's wanting to note it and say name tags. And you don't even know what's going on. So by the time he's saying tags, he's already left it. So here's a few more times and we just let it run.
Name tags. Lots of stuff for your car. Don't know what that is.
Thanks, Ken, for sharing that you don't know what that stuff is. And in a split second, Ken takes his camera off this. So he doesn't even give you time to figure out what it is. And he doesn't even care to know what it is. He's just wandering around with the camera turned on, and I don't know what that is. Thanks, Ken. And it doesn't matter that you wear the YouTube beanie, and it doesn't matter that you show the YouTube pillow and the YouTube key fob to say, I am a YouTuber, because when it comes to what matters, you are a pathetic excuse for a YouTuber. These are home movies that even your own family wouldn't want to be bothered with.
Lots of knives, torches, horns.
Right after Ken stumbles away from this display, while not giving you any time to figure out what it is, he grunts to himself, horn mugs. It is the randomness that is so hateful. I wouldn't want to own a mug made out of an animal horn. It's so wasteful and tawdry. And he shot footage of it, and he doesn't care, and it's just, a product like this is actually offensive to some people, including myself. And it's just, that's the Ken Domik way of just running the camera and, I don't even know what that is, horn mugs,
Horn mugs. Trucker head set.
Ken struggled to utter the words trucker headsets, and he did trucker headsets. Like, who cares? How does that speak to his audience? He doesn't even give a shit himself. It's just, watch him stumble with words and wander around with the camera turned on. This stuff is so bad. He should just get out of here. And the thing that makes him just worse than cringe is that he exploits vulnerable people by lying to him and saying, hey, I'm barely getting by here. Meanwhile, his wife's got millions of dollars in the bank.
Chicken fajita. Fajita steak. Bean. I think I should do something.
Yes, Ken, you really should do something. Whether you get a base hit or if you knock it out of the park. Like, do something here. There's an opportunity to be had. Turn the camera on the drink machine.
Hot and spicy chicken drumsticks.
Great shot, Ken. Great work. You really did do something. You really do know how to bring it. The drink machine. So what do we have here? The family of Pepsi products? Check. And the family of Coke products? Check too. Great stuff, Ken. Like, we already know what a drink machine looks like in a convenience store or at a burger place. And even your fans, if they don't know what they were like, they've already gotten so much footage that now they know what it's like too. And, like, for you to, stop, take a moment, and shoot the drink machine, and then get back to the shack in the Elf Village and upload it and say, hey people, just send me your extra money, because it's not just the AdSense that you deserve extra cash from the wallets of the people who are taking this material seriously. And there it is, it's the drink machine. Fantastic work.
Bacon cheeseburger. Grilled chicken sandwich, spicy breaded chicken sandwich.
The garbage that is on the hot rollers that Ken is actually going to start talking about is the same material that is on the rollers at every other convenience store all over the world. Once you've, talked about it once, that's it. Done. You don't talk about it again because it's the same thing. So Ken is going to confront it and, talk about it like it's worth talking about. And it's, some good content, and he's bringing you something when it doesn't change. That's just the stuff that it is. And this would be a good time for me to put in the next graphic, which is, of course, extreme boredom. And I'm just going to wait until he explains to us how grab and go works. Some of you may have remembered that when he encountered ready-made meals at Farm Boy, it's like, well, you just pay your money and take your go, and when you pay for the meal and you go. This is like, an amazing concept to Ken after 14 years doing his silly channel, which, the majority of which, like 10 years plus, whatever, I don't know, who cares? It's like a decade of food talk, and he's still amazed by grab and go. So after that, we'll put in the graphic.
Taquitos. Get a huge brain freeze. Brain freeze in a cup.
Just like in Cuba.
Oh, right, yeah, without the alcohol. Sausage and a pancake. Blueberry. Yeah. Yeah. Please. Get me one of these, please. That's hilarious. Blueberry pancake, sausage, and a maple. Gotta try them. Roller grill. Perfect. Look at the size of these subs. Subway, grab and go. That's a good idea.
That is right, Ken. It is a good idea. Because before grab and go, if you wanted to buy some food from a store, you had to make an appointment. And then you had to have an interview. And then if you made the decision that you were going to buy the food product, then you had to fill out forms. 4 of them. And they had to be signed in triplicate because, you get a copy and the staff get a copy. And then the other copy gets mailed to the Federal Bureau of Food Procurement. And then you gotta wait for it to be approved, and so it takes about 2 to 4 weeks. And then after you get authorization, you can come back to the store and then you can buy it. So for something like this, it's just grab and go. And it's sort of like when you went to wait a minute. Let me elaborate on the Subway thing. Like, if you can do without doing this. Yes, some of that, and then this, and no, not too much. No, not just a little bit of that, and light mayo. Yeah, I want mayo, just not a lot. Yeah, that'll be good. And this, and then some of that, and a little bit more. So if you could do without that, and you just need an assorted, they can help you. And there's the grab and go option. This will also remind you, Ken, of Farm Boy. Because you went there and said, you just grab and go. You just grab the meal, you just put it up and pay and you go. Ken, everything is grab and go. Okay? Unless you want to stand there and bother them for half an hour to build a sandwich, everything is grab and go. A pack of gum? Grab and go. A bag of potato chips? Grab and go. It's also, it sort of appeals to the people who respond to, the big box stores, and they say, we're having a truckload sale, people. Truckload. We gotta get rid of this stuff. And a warehouse sale. Every sale is a warehouse and a truckload sale, because all stock gets warehoused in a warehouse, and then it leaves in a truck. So it's sort of like that, and, you say, wow, it's just a great idea. It's like when you went to Farm Boy, it's like, you got ready-made meals. You just pay your money and just grab it and you just go. You just pay. Yeah, Ken, you actually pay for your food so they don't chase you, and then you can leave. And, if you go to the grocery store and they have stuff there, they just don't cook it, and they leave you that last step, they save you a little bit of money, and you do a little bit of work. And so, like the subs that are here, they've already been made, and it doesn't involve, standing, I want this and some of that. And so it works like that, Ken. And for a food channel that you've been doing for 14 years, and for the food material alone for more than a decade, it's really great that you've made an issue of this and wanted to share it too.
Oh, and yeah, the cup of egg. Would you like a cup of eggs?
Yeah, I got a cup of eggs. You get like an eggs in a cup here? A cup of eggs. And then Carol's gonna say, there's an orange here that's already peeled. This here is as good a place as any to put the extreme boredom.
An orange already peeled.
There you go. Is that orange or a tangerine? That's so small. Clementine. Yeah. Well, there's your fave. I really want to try one of these steak things. We'll just share everything. Hello. All right, how you doing? There's two of the pancake things in there. Look at the size of these cookies. Thank you. Two. It is so warm right now. I don't know what the temperature is. Oh yeah, 13 degrees Celsius. And it's don't need to wear it. Oh yeah, feels like spring. Pennsylvania, you got it made. Let's go eat some pancakes wrapped around sausage. Road trip. Okay, let's give these things a shot. I'm very interested.
I'll film you because they're yours.
Well, I'll only film you because they're yours, which is Carol, in her clumsy, disinterested way, letting Ken know that she is also not interested in trying to summon some kind of review to this junk that they got at a convenience store, at a gas station, and Ken shouldn't even be showing us this. Yet he leaves it because it's footage. So just keep shoveling it, and like, what difference does it make anyway? You know, he has idiots that are giving him extra money with the Patreon for this, and Ken just lies to them and says he needs the help because he's barely getting by, and he couldn't care less. Nobody cares. She doesn't care, he doesn't care, and sorry to repeat myself, he shouldn't be showing us that she's letting him know that she could not care less either.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't want to try any?
No thanks.
Alright, this is going to be just a Ken Domik food review.
What a mocking joke for him to say a Ken Domik food review, as if it's something special in store, or even something good, or even something passable. They're just on their way to go someplace. They stop there to get gas, and while getting gas and wanting to save some time of lining up somewhere else, they just got the same stuff that you can get in any other convenience store. And so, as long as he eats the garbage on camera, he writes it off. So it's gonna be a Ken Domik food review. Nobody cares. All that you do is eat the food, list the ingredients, and you say tangy. And that's it. So, okay, just do it. Just bring the boredom.
Of Love's. I guess it's the fajita steak and cheese taco. Making me feel like I'm at Buc-ee's. There she is. Hiding at the bottom. Nice little flour tortilla. Smells good. Chunks of steak. Cheese.
Yes, that is correct, Ken. Exactly as advertised. Chunks of steak, cheese. So you buy the product and then list the ingredients as advertised. What a food review. That was amazing. We need JP to get in here and remind us how amazing you are, even though he's never in your comments, because JP is not going to waste his time sitting around and watching you list the ingredients of a food item that you got at a gas station convenience store. So please, Ken, continue with this so you can write it off.
It's not bad. It'd be nice to grill it up, eh?
Items of this type are meant for one purpose only, which is to keep your appetite from distracting you while you're driving on the highway, and that's it. And Ken is only doing this so-called review so that he can write the food off. And he tries to put an angle on it, right? Like, you know, like when he gets a mediocre burger, and it's like kind of like a backyard kind of burger, kind of backyard barbecue burger. And he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. And so for him to try to, try to put some drama to this, like, hey, it's not bad. Yeah, it's got too much salt and fat in it. That's why it's junk food, okay? Yeah, it pops. All junk food with too much salt and fat pops a little bit. It's not delicious. You know, and stuff like that is, like, for most people, too greasy and sickening. And so Ken goes with, it's not bad, I tell you. It's not bad. You know, you really grill it good if you grill it up. So he tries to give you like the inside track to make this thing really special. It's so pathetic and dishonest for him to do this. He's just writing that garbage off. Please, continue with this.
Just to get that little
Crispiness.
toastiness on the side. One huge piece of steak.
Really, Ken? Wow. One huge piece of steak. You could not pay Ken Domik enough money to watch this garbage. If you said to him, hey, Ken, do you want to watch me eating junk from a gas station convenience store? No, I don't. Oh, wait. I give you $5. What? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Huge piece of steak. Eat me, princess. $5 is not enough. I don't need your money. I'm loaded. How about $40? And you sit for how long? It's about 6 minutes. No sale. I don't need your $40. That you couldn't pay Ken to watch garbage this bad. And he expects you to watch it, and he also expects you to pay him extra because he keeps telling you that he's broke and he barely gets by.
It's nice and gooey now.
Did you notice how abrupt that edit was? That was not coming from me, that's from Ken. And what I want you guys to get from the next couple of minutes are how bad the edits are. And there's no proper flow happening. This is all a mistake. He should have just, set the camera up in front of him and just try to make some sort of review. He couldn't even do that much work. And there's a bold mistake in here too. You hear Carol say, thank you though. And like you don't hear Ken talking to her. It's like, are you sure you don't want to try some of this? No, thank you though. So, I mean, it's more than just very, very boring. It's very, very sloppy. And this will go on for a short bit. And I just want you to appreciate how sloppy the work is, in addition to the content itself being so boring. And then he goes to a dick joke, which I'm pretty sure is the first dick joke he ever did in front of his wife.
This was the pancake wrap sausage. I'm going to try it without the syrup. Got a bit of a crunchy exterior. Kind of tastes like the McGriddle. So let's dip.
Thank you, though.
I'm dipping a maple pancake into maple syrup, and it is double sweet now because the pancake was sweet. Luckily we have that savory sausage. In the middle, going in for my favorite blueberry pancake, wrapped sausage. Hey, look at the sausage sticking out.
Ooh la la.
Time for us to have a talk. We have been covering Ken for years now. Not just me. It's you guys along with me as a community. All with our comments and stuff. And Ken turns all food that is even halfway phallic into a penis. And he's got to talk about it. And, we're always careful to say we're not judging. It's be whoever you are. There's no hate here, okay? Like, you guys make jokes and I leave the jokes. I don't let anybody actually make bold statements and say Ken is one way or the other. And I'm not talking about that here either. My version to this is that it's really rude and cringe and stupid. And it is what it is. It's like I'm not making any statements on how he really is. It's just this guy has got a thing about penis, and it's been carrying on for years, and it's just not funny. I mean, this is like juvenile boy humor. Just being rude with your friends. Ken is 56, and to my knowledge, whenever he gets together with Carol, there haven't been any dick jokes. And I think this is the first one. It's like when you're so lazy in a moment, and making such sloppy work, it's almost like you're drunk. I'm not saying he is, I just said it's almost like he is drunk. So he just doesn't care. He's like 4/5 asleep. Let's get this over with. And he makes a dick joke in front of his wife. And this demonstrates that they're like an effed up couple. When people go live, you endanger yourself to doing a show. Like I said, we're gonna have a talk here, right? So we remember when they were live and Ken started to talk about some of their plans, and Carol very bitterly said to him, "It's none of their business." Here.
To Florida in the spring with Carol's family. We can't say that when we're live.
Don't say it at all. It's none of their business. Don't say it at all. It's none of their business. Don't say it at all. It's none of their business. Don't say it at all. It's none of their business.
That is the real Carol. She is indifferent and mean and crusty, and I'm done having any sympathy for her because she's a multi-millionaire and she's sitting there telling people on Ken's lives, "Thank you for the support." And Ken is going on saying, "We need support. Send your support. Moose is thirsty. Rusty needs some help. Please send support." They do not need it, so they have no moral right to ask for it, and they have no business taking money from vulnerable people who don't understand that Ken is lying and doesn't deserve extra cash. And she doesn't care about it either. And her attitude towards the audience is something that they don't have a right to. It's none of their business. There's no love. Like, Ken came to YouTube looking for easy money by following formulas. First one, cat viral videos didn't work. He tried the food fat thing, did work. And there they are. They should have left a long time ago. And so the point that I'm getting at, remember I said we're going to have a talk, right? Ken doing a dick joke in front of his wife and the mother of his 2 adult kids shows that he doesn't treat her like a lady. And the reason why Ken doesn't treat Carol like a lady is because she isn't a lady. She is really gruff and masculine, rough. And by the way, she was never a teacher. Some of you guys out there still think that she was a teacher. Look, this is the Ontario College of Teachers. And the reason why all teachers are listed there is to protect everybody from weirdos who pretend they are teachers. Okay, so that's it. She was never a teacher. She got a very undemanding job at the school board, parked her butt there for like more than a quarter of a century. She's done. And she's done. It's not a huge pension. I mean, it's a school board. It's not a teacher's pension, right? And she's done, and her parents, whatever they did, they're the ones that achieve something. And that's the cottage that Ken told us all about, and told us that it got sold, and he told us that Carol retired right after, and that Carol's mother had passed, and her father had moved into a retirement care facility, so the cottage gets liquidated, and Carol retires right after. Yeah, that cottage was worth, I say like $2 million. It's because she split it between herself and her sister. So that's what I mean. Like, it's $2 million for Carol alone, because that pile sold from anywhere from like $4 to $6 million, because Ken made that stupid video like June of 2021, so it's better than a year and a half ago, and the house prices were way high back then. You couldn't even get a doghouse for like $1 million. So that sold for like from anywhere from $4 to $6 million. So a conservative estimate for Carol, and I always say she got $2 million. That's conservative. If it sold for 4, she's got around 2. So it's probably like, 4, 5, $6 million that the place sold for. She probably got more than $2 million. That's like the conservative estimate. And that's why Ken and Carol are so full of themselves and so smug, because they're set for money. They don't need anything from anybody. And Ken says, like, I've got this crazy ass job. He doesn't have a job. This is a weird hobby that he does, and he's managed to work Carol into it. I guess because she is retired, she's got some time to do it. The thing is, she doesn't bring anything to the table except fake pretending to be sweet. And then just, like, what, wave at the camera? And, like, what's her opinion on all the food? It's like, it's good. Like, she doesn't want to be bothered with it. I mean, Ken is, like, lucky he's even got her in the footage at all. And so, that's it. It's like, you know, it's good. And wave at the camera. And that's, even the waving, it's just fake being sweet because she isn't. Ken and Carol are a weird couple because Ken used to be a fake, halfway likable clown, and now he's just hissy and bitchy, and Carol has got no time for any of this stuff. Like, that one moment on a live stream told you what the real Carol was, and there's no love. Like, you know, Ken is like, oh, the KBD Productions family, or we love you. You don't lie to people that you love, Ken. And it's all business. And she laid down the law in 2 seconds. It's like it's none of their business. So there's no love towards it. And actually, if you go to Ken's Patreon, he says it's Carol and Ken. So all that crap about them barely getting by, Ken now puts Carol's name at the start of it. And so the two of them, Ken is by far the more feminine one, bitchy and hissy. And Carol is by far the more masculine, serious, not clowning around. It's like that's it. It's like it's none of their business. End of story. And so for Ken to do a dick joke in Carol's presence is effed up for a couple of reasons. Well, a lot of reasons. Like, these are the two chief reasons. Number one, you don't make dick jokes in the presence of a lady. Especially not your wife and the mother of your 2 adult children. Number two, a lady doesn't tolerate you making a stupid dick joke in her presence, especially when it's your wife. And she's especially not going to allow you to make footage of that and then publish it. Here's where, you know, this long talk is about over. The reason why Carol lets it go is because she's no lady. And she just doesn't give a shit about it. So now let's run that dick joke one more time and move on.
Blueberry pancake. Wrapped sausage. Hey, look at the sausage sticking out.
Ooh la la.
Oh yeah, look at that gooiness. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ken. And you just identified that thing as a penis. And you're doing this little riff right in front of your wife, who doesn't give a shit. And she's holding the camera while you do it.
I made a small error.
Ken is about to create more filler material by telling a totally boring story and pretending like, you know, something really happened. And what I want you guys to note as we suffer through this is that even his own wife isn't going to make conversation with him. That's how boring it is, that not only is it just garbage that Ken makes just to make footage and publish it, the woman he's with right there can't even be bothered to speak with him about it.
When I was researching some of the food in the area, I looked for a Waffle House because Carol hasn't been to a Waffle House in probably years. And when you type in Waffle House on a Google search and you're just hovering over an area on a map, it just kind of shows you a bunch of restaurants, any restaurant that serves breakfast. And so I just figured that was a Waffle House, and I think it had waffle in the name as well. So I was double fooled, and there's no Waffle House in the area. So we got to get to Pittsburgh, I think just east of Pittsburgh.
Ken has not even been playing to the camera for the majority of this fake talk. Carol is sitting there in silence waiting for it to be over, and Ken is really just talking to himself with this sort of material.
On the east side there's a Waffle House, so we're going to try it. The blueberry one's way better. If you ever happen to find yourself at Love's, blueberry over the maple It's definitely a must try.
Are you joking? You absent-mindedly stop there to get gas and get some of this garbage at the convenience store, which is part of the gas station. Just the type of food which is meant to keep your appetite at bay so you can concentrate on driving. And you sit there 3/4 asleep talking about it. Carol's already signed off at the start. I'll just let you do it because it's yours. And she doesn't even care. And you're saying like this garbage, which is the same stuff you can get at all other gas station convenience stores, is a must try. So do you seriously expect people to drop everything and make plans to go to a Love's so they can find the same sort of crap that they can get at any other convenience store? Wow. And you expect extra money for doing this too.
Let's go. Bye, loves.
We have used all the graphics. Extreme Boredom, Senior Living Channel, Vlog Channel Garbage, Grandpa Gets Gas, and because we've used them all, I mean, like, I just gotta set them aside because this thing is almost done, and let's just, appreciate it for the boring garbage that it is, and it's, it's the first time we used all the graphics. And just get the... Remember, I said, he drives this over a cliff at the end. So we're getting closer, and let's just get this over with.
Nice looking building.
Thank you, Carol. That is a nice looking building. For the food, any comments? It's good. Truly, you are a dynamic force for the Ken Domik channel.
Where are we, Ken?
We are downtown Pittsburgh, and we are going to, I believe it's pronounced Permini.
Yeah, he got it wrong again. And it is to be expected because, he refers to this as his crazy-ass job. And if it's a job, can you put in, like, a tiny little bit of effort? Like, all you gotta do is show up, eat, and write it off. Can you at least get the name right? So, why bother when it's a Ken Domik production when you can just not care, and then you can just type in a little correction after the fact?
Brothers for lunch. We opted out on the Waffle House because it was like 30 minutes south of the city, so we wanted to spend more time in the downtown area. I ate at the McDonald's.
Whenever Ken drives to a city, he always picks out the area locations of Tim Hortons and McDonald's as if he's found something. Like, they got a Tim Hortons! They got a McDonald's! As if it's something special. And it's just a franchise. It is offering exactly the same thing at every other location. So here he is in Pittsburgh, and it's like, there's a McDonald's! And Carol offers, ooh, McDonald's! And then Ken tells it's just a boring memory. It doesn't even qualify as a story. We were there for the game? We ate at that McDonald's just to get a quick snack. Just a snack and go at the McDonald's right there.
Oh, McDonald's.
When we were going to the football game 3 years ago, we ate at the McDonald's just to grab a quick snack before we went to the game.
This is Market Square.
Market Square, and we're in a huge, big van, and I don't think we'll be able to park anywhere down in this area. Nice cobblestone. So we're gonna have to scout around for a large parking spot.
Ken is a split second away from telling you that Moose found them a parking spot. And it is just like his other material for this production. Like, he's gonna say Moose found, and by the time he says it's gone. And so the stuffed animal found you a parking spot. If Ken had been performing either one of these two things as puppets and putting some work into it, it would be kind of halfway funny. Or if Carol wanted to get into it and it's like, I found a parking spot, it's Moose here. It would be at least an effort. It's just for him to, like, shoot, like, not even 1 second of footage and say, Moose found us a parking spot. It's just so stupid and lazy and cringe and garbage, and here it is.
Moose found a perfect spot right here. Look at that building. Neat. Let's see how... It's triple... Oh, yeah, my lights. So pay here.
Our Ken is delivering the goods, publishing footage of him paying for parking, because he has to pay for the parking anyway, so he might as well just leave the camera turned on and give it to his audience and ask for support for leaving the camera running while he's doing tiny errands. How could he make this even more boring? I know, he's going to change his shoes.
Follow on-screen instructions. Time to switch out my Canadian footwear for nice Pittsburgh footwear.
What are you talking about? It is bad enough that Ken has a food channel and doesn't know anything about food and doesn't want to know anything about food. He also doesn't know anything about pretty much everything, including shoes. There's no such thing as, like, Canadian and American footwear. All of our footwear comes from third world sweatshops. Doesn't matter what the brand is.
Nice warm. It's 20 degrees Celsius now.
Remember, all you Domik Nation supporters, keep paying for this amazing footage of a mumbling turtle playing with its socks.
So before we go any further, I just wanted to show you a couple upgrades we've done to the van.
Nobody cares, Ken. You dropped that ball a long time ago. Even though your own audience was not going to have you and Carol, because Carol is not a performer and doesn't want to improve, and you just wanted to just drive and eat and not even put any effort into it at all and get paid for it. I mean, like, your audience rejected it. Then you went back to eating hordes of junk food. You never finished the build. You dropped the whole storyline. Like, nobody cares. And you come back now, like, months later after dropping it. Oh, here's a couple upgrades. Get out of here, Ken.
We still haven't put our walls in or the ceiling or any cabinetry, but we did get some electrical in, as you can see, all of our lighting. And
listen to the turtle gasping for breath. He got out of the van he was sitting in, paid for parking, and now he's gasping while showing the disaster he made of it.
I put the panel here. This is our electrical panel. And we put in a dimmer switch, so now we can turn the lights on. Oh, so we had to hit DC first. Now I've got power. Turn this on. Crank it up. Now we've got full lighting. At the moment, it'll last at full blast 2 days and 20 hours. So almost 3 days at full blast. If we just put it down to dim, which is sometimes perfectly fine at nighttime, it jumps up to 99 days. So these little LED lights are not using a lot of power.
This talk is so boring that I'm forgetting everything that Ken has to say as soon as he says it. It's a weird experience. It's like, is there any jokes I can make of this? It's like, what did he just say? It's that boring.
The next thing is our swivel seats. Do you want to demonstrate the swivel seat? Remember, the only problem with these, whatever brand we bought, you can't sit on it and swivel. You have to get up. And we haven't done it since we've...
Don't we have to move it all the way?
Yeah, you might even have to, like, tilt it forward. Possibly to actually turn. That should be good. Now slide her forward. Right? And then push the pin down, I think, or up.
Ken suggests to move some part of it down or up. Well, how about you suggest going sideways in each direction. That'll cover it all. You know, just suggest to try everything. How amazing. Like, remember I said about the roles being reversed? Ken is sort of like the traditional woman who doesn't know anything about mechanics, and Carol is like the guy. Like, if he really has to do this, he'll make it work. And together they make weird, cringe video material.
Or sideways or backward. There we go. Again, it's been a while. There we go. And look at that. I don't think it locks into place. So if we moved this out of the way, now we have a much bigger living space. Have a seat. And slide all the way back just to see how much more room. And both of the seats are done like that. So then you would slide it all the way back to the windshield. Or you don't have to go back.
Ta-da! You did it, Carol. How amazing. With help from Ken Domik. Remember what I said earlier about these productions being so bad that they don't even qualify as home movies? Because Ken and Carol and anybody of their family, or, you know, the one friend that they have, like, none of them would even watch this material. And by the way, thanks for dressing up, Carol. You look like a bag of potatoes. Great job.
As far as that, but yeah, that's why I'm thinking possibly in the future we'll maybe have a table there and another chair there, and then that way we could just turn the driver's
The last thing that Carol says is, yeah.
side around and have a table, or we'll get a legume table between. So there you go. Those are the two major upgrades that we've done since we've done stuff with you guys. Let me turn that all the way up so you can see. And then we have two, right there's like a gooseneck reading lamp, and underneath you can plug in a USB.
Now for the last two moves from this steaming Domik dog pile. Ken's blather is going to be abruptly cut off, and then it's going to be replaced immediately with some Ken Domik music service and some pointless, boring footage that Ken, with one of them being a drone shot, did right where they are at the market square. Like, so he moved like I think maybe like 20 yards and shot some footage, and he put the drone up for, like, you know, 4 minutes, and then that was it. And it just falls off a cliff, as I said.
So it is possible I might put in two more LEDs further back, but I don't think we need to. And of course we want to put in two small windows here, a window and the door eventually.
Do you see what I mean? It just falls off a cliff. When Ken was shooting the footage, he probably felt a strong desire to go get a nap and said, you know, fuck this. And that's why it's like it falls apart at the end as far as the editing is concerned. I mean, it was so much blather and just shooting footage for the sake of shooting footage. I mean, there was no plan behind it. There was no excitement in the production. By the way, it didn't entirely fade to black. If I really boost it here, that's the last bit of it. And I think that when Kim was editing this stuff, he was probably just about to fall asleep, because he didn't even, you know, remind everybody how cool they are when they give him money at the end of it. So it's just super terrible. And yeah, so that's part one of Road Trip to Pittsburgh 2023, and I'm gonna do parts 2 and 3, and that's what he provided. And is that it? Yes.
Is that it? That's it.
British peanut.
Double.
That sucked like shit. That sucked huge fucking shit. White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people. White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people. White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people. Tangy.